What's going on, nerds? Welcome back to Comic Book Nerd Nation. I'm Fox2. This is episode 120. I said that backwards. I don't care. We got Pirate.
This is Pirate.
I totally choked. I did. Did you see me pause? I was like, and we got the whole effing Brian.
I am the whole effing Brian.
Topher's going to be joining us in progress. Hopefully he doesn't join like a wrecking ball. Hopefully it doesn't come in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, so tons of stuff to talk about this week. Before we get into the news, I'm personally really excited about this, so I'm just going to put this shit right on Front Street. This is mainly for our YouTube viewers. So if you're listening to this on audio, check out the YouTube video. I'm going to lean down here and pick up.
Or what you could do is you could put a picture of it and post it to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
Oh, damn. Look at him coming in hot with the social media drops.
Damn.
I acquired the...
Two giant dildos.
It's in two pieces, so you can't really see it, but it's the Hulkbuster versus Hulk Age of Ultron Kotobukiya statues. They are massive and super detailed. It is awesome. I would totally recommend it for anybody that's a big Hulk fan, a statue collector. The price point on these things is really pretty low. Typically between $200 to $300, depending on who's selling it and where. The level of detail is incredible.
I just want to add to all our audio listeners that didn't see the statues, don't waste your time going to the YouTube channel to view them, because he basically shitted on holding them up. It was like, look at this.
It was kind of hard. It's kind of hard. They're really big. It's
yeah, they are big.
I mean, the
Doug never
Hulkbuster,
held
just to give you
something big in his hand.
Yeah, apparently not. The Hulkbuster is a foot tall. It's like 11 and a half inches. So, I mean, they're both really big pieces of art, I would call them. They're really detailed. Some of the only stuff that I've seen that's more detailed would be like the Sideshow, the Bowens, or the Hot Toys, obviously. Those things are ridiculous, but super happy with it. Super happy with it. So that's enough of me. I'm just a little excited because I got that.
And you just can't hide it.
And I don't know if I've showed it yet.
Oh, shit. I knew it was just a matter of time till that motherfucker had the Pirate Deadpool pop.
Yeah, somebody got this for me and said it came in the mail, and I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. So
Hell yeah.
Me and Chris had it before you. Jerk.
I almost bought
do
that.
what?
I almost picked that up for you. I saw it at the store the other day, and I was like, man, he hasn't said anything about having it. I was real close, but
Yeah, I've had it a couple weeks. I just don't think I've had a chance to break her out yet on an episode. So yeah,
right.
Pirate Deadpool.
That's sick.
And I did not get anything new.
Nice. Let's jump over and talk about the news, Pirate.
Bum bum bum. We got some news for you. Bum bum bum. Hope you don't mind if it's already been chewed up like bubble gum, but it's some news. And I don't know what it is. Fox is going to tell us as we find out. But we got some of that shit. It's called news.
We're kind of throwing this episode.
But we got news.
We're kind of throwing this episode together last minute because this weekend was kind of hectic. I had stuff conflicting with our normal recording time, and it just everything just kind of fell apart as far as our typical recording time. So we're just kind of going by the seat of our pants here tonight, so we'll see how this goes. There's one big piece that we're going to talk about, which I will almost guarantee will result in an argument, which I know
it was that shit I took last night.
We're going to wait till Topher hopefully joins before we get to that, if he can get here in time. So let's start with Legends of Tomorrow. Okay, so Legends of Tomorrow, I have been loving this. As far as
we talk about it tomorrow.
As far as the four of us on this podcast, I would say definitely the advocate of the group. That's not to say that other people hate it, but I think
I enjoy it.
It's right now really close to Flash for number one favorite personally, comic book TV show. If you haven't seen it, well, it's a couple weeks back now, so spoiler alert. There's spoilers. There's an episode that ends with a situation between Captain Cold and Heatwave, and you don't know. It implies that Captain Cold killed Heatwave.
Oh, they didn't kiss?
But it's not conclusive, okay? So, that being said, CW released a Legends of Tomorrow, like, sizzle reel, if you guys are familiar, like, just kind of a, not like a trailer, but just like a little hype video for, because they're on their mid-season break, which I fucking hate mid-season breaks. They're so stupid.
Legends of Tomorrow is not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I just watched last week's episode.
Yeah, I know. They're starting a mid-season break now.
Are they starting one when Arrow and Flash kick back on?
Nah, I'm pretty sure it starts this week and comes back in towards the end of March. It's only like a 2-week break, I think. But anyway, I think it has to do with the March Madness tournament. I think is probably part of what's going on.
That would make sense.
But in the sizzle reel, which is really just made surely to hype the show and keep people thinking about it, it shows Heatwave, like clear as day, like doing his fucking thing with the heat.
But they could be in a different time.
No. If you watch it, it's not like it's all staged. It just shows them on like. They take turns kind of coming up onto screen and saying something. It's not like clips from an episode. It's filmed completely separate. So like it'll have Firestorm walk up onto a roof and say Vandal Savage calls us the Storm of Fire. And then it'll have Hawk Girl come up on the ledge and say like, I can feel his presence when we're near, or something like that, and like, and then it has Captain Cold say something, and then all of a sudden you see fucking Heatwave like diving across the screen, like shooting his fucking like just bucking rounds off with his flame gun. So I mean, obviously you guys haven't seen it, but what are your guys' thoughts about Legends of Tomorrow so far?
I like the show. I like that they have all 3 shows have been renewed for another season. Already, which is good. I think it's got some staying power. I like to see, though, as the one thing I don't like about it, and it's not necessarily that, it's not that I don't like about it. The one thing that I have a hard time attaching to is the Flash universe is established for the most part.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The Arrow universe is established for the most part.
Yeah.
You're expecting to see the type of dilemmas that they are going to have over so many different episodes. The thing that that doesn't connect me as much to that as with Legends of Tomorrow is you really only have it on a basis of one episode at a time. Because everything that happens in one episode can completely rewrite that happens in multiple episodes, which is, it's good on the sense of keeping you on the edge of your seat. It's just bad when it's like trying to project a long term of the overall storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but also like you just watched this past week's episode, and it's clearly going into a multiple episode arc.
Oh yeah, no, and they have
people
those
in different times now.
They've already had those and everything, and you could see how you could see the time path splitting off. But even so, like time travel movies and episode or TV shows and things, they're so finicky because they can easily overwrite themselves. They can easily take away all of the investment that you put into watching a show. If something they don't like happens, they can wash it. Or even something that you do like happens, they can wash it. And it makes it to where it's hard to get invested to any type of multi-level time traveling storyline because it's so easy to change.
Yeah, but what I like about this one is you're not necessarily when you read a comic book that's like that, I agree, because when they go back on their word, the whole universe that you're attached to changes back. But this is really focused on just those characters. So when those changes happen, it's kind of like what we saw in the future Star City. When those changes happen, it doesn't affect our core focus group of that TV show.
I agree, it doesn't.
Nice.
But I'm just saying, though, it's hard to like. But it hasn't happened yet. I should say it could happen, and that's the problem. You always anticipate with the whole like time spectrum. You know,
I agree.
But I think they're doing really good. I think I like the shows. I like the storyline. I like how they're changing it up. You know, what were they in last week? The 50s, I think it was.
As a pirate, how many treasure chests do you give it out of 10 treasure chests?
Out of 10 treasure chests, man, I'm gonna give it 6.5 chests of booties.
Damn, he's stingy with the booty up in this bitch.
Well, here.
Of booties,
6.5,
like baby booties.
I'm gonna give it a full 8 foxtails on this bitch.
Foxtails.
I'm just saying, 8 out of 10 foxtails.
Foxtails are worth a lot.
I'm just saying.
I may have to commandeer your foxtails.
And I don't.
You
give
stay
one
away
F.
from my booty, goddammit. Brian, what have you watched? Are you how invested
I
in this show?
I not invested at all. I watched the first 3 episodes. Just got bored with it.
Straight gave the fuck up.
It wasn't like bad, but it wasn't good enough. To me, it wasn't good enough to keep me going.
I really wish
I haven't watched Arrow this season.
I really
5 episodes.
I really wish Firestorm would have stayed in Flash. She was such a cool character.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it was the Ronnie Raymond versus Jackson or
Jackson.
Yeah.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
I am for real. I like him where he's at now. I could see that character almost having a show of his own. Honestly, if he was a more well-known character, I could see them developing just because of the whole 2 people thing. Like that could be a really interesting.
What I hope is that they go to the comic book series where there was 3 people that were in Firestorm, and they could call it Three's Company.
Oh my god!
I'm knocking on my door.
Exactly.
Can't do that anymore.
I'm waiting for you.
Topher's obviously joined us. Have you been watching Legends of Tomorrow, or are you not on that train?
I am waiting at the station, checking the timetables to see when that train will be around again.
I got you.
I've been so damn busy
now's
lately.
a good time to check it to check it out because they're getting ready to do a mid-season break.
Oh yeah,
but you have to cram it all in 2 weeks.
I haven't watched anything since Christmas. Like since Christmas break, I'm caught up on stuff up to that point, but I haven't watched anything yet this calendar year.
Oh my gosh, you really got busy. You gotta. On a side note, you gotta get caught up on Flash. The mid-season finale of Flash is. I'm not spoiling it for you or anybody per se, but it's got King Shark. It's another King Shark episode.
I thought the mid-season finale was before Christmas.
No.
Or is this the middle of the second half of the season?
Yeah, they're fucking. That shit pisses me off.
The 3/4 finale.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the last episode that they had was featuring King Shark, and the special effects in this episode were legitimately movie quality.
Yeah, they were.
Really?
It was
awesome.
I
would catch up on those, but I watched them with my girlfriend, and she never seems to have time or want to watch them, and she's currently giving me the finger and sticking her tongue out at me.
Dang. Dang.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
All right, so for the sake of
is that an Irish drinking team shirt I see over there?
Yeah, it is.
Irish drinking team. You guys are coming out strong.
Why, look, I have one of those myself.
Trying to keep up. Oh my gosh. You guys are ridiculous. It's awesome. I love it.
Aren Gobra.
Let's not waste any time because this next section I have no idea how long it could possibly take. It could be 5 minutes. It could take the rest of the episode.
Does it have to do with Topher talking about X-Men?
I don't think so, but it could get there. It could get there.
I could make it happen.
It could happen. It could happen. All All right, Civil War trailer came out. The newest one.
The second one
just dropped.
right.
Recently, we'll call it. The trailer as a whole, I'll start this off because I am always the instigator. That's my role here. This is an actual. I really feel this way. The trailer as a whole was fucking incredible. I'm stealing a little bit of Pirate's Thunder here and saying that the point of a trailer is to get you hyped for a film, and this did it for sure. I can't wait to see this movie. On the other side, at the very end of the trailer, you saw Spider-Man. His costume looked like shit to me. It looked like shit. It was fucking super bright red. It was shinier than the shield, Captain America's shield that he was holding. And it did not match, in my opinion, the theme that Marvel Studios has created around how they're making a realistic look to all of their superhero costumes. They're sticking with the superhero costumes as we know them, but they're giving them a lot of times slightly darker colors, slightly duller colors, making them look a little bit more battle-worn, if you will, and just giving them a more earthly, earthly feel to it. This didn't look like that at all. I mean, this looked like it was taken straight from the comic book and planted. It was neat. It was really neat. But I don't think it matches at all. So it, to me, in contrast to everything else that you saw on the screen, looked like shit. We're gonna go to the polar opposite of my opinion, and we're gonna go to Holef and Brian next, and then we're gonna kind of bring it in to Topher and Pirate to kind of
soften the blows.
Yeah, kind of keep the peace here. Brian and I
we may have to jump in and interject.
Yeah, just to preface this.
You know it's bad when you're bringing me in to break up an argument.
Just to preface this went to a full-blown argument for 12 hours in our group chat of us going back and forth.
I'm going to pitch it. If it gets too crazy, I'm going to distract you guys, and I'm going to throw a X-Men comic in the middle of you, between you two.
A Djembe
dive in and divert everyone.
Throw in a quick X-Men comic and a
X-Men
Djembe.
Apocalypse trailer? Oh my god.
All right, Brian, what do you got for me? Bring it on.
Well, of course the trailer was fucking amazing. It's
I agree.
Going to be the best superhero battle movie we're going to see this year.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
I think
it's
we've already seen the best superhero movie of the year.
You said the superhero battle movie.
Battle movie.
Heroes.
Heroes
Battle fighting movie. Heroes.
Oh, obviously. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe that was a dig at Batman v Superman.
I believe that was
not
a Marvel
even subtle.
Dick Rider comment.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, at least my dick is strong and exciting. Has never failed us. But to the Spider-Man outfit, I'm not going to argue with it because it's not the costume he's going to end up with. I feel like because, going towards Civil War, I don't think the comic and the movie, I don't think that's the outfit, his main Spider-Man outfit. I think that's the outfit Tony made him.
I agree with that statement.
I think they're going to find...
It was definitely Stark made.
Yeah.
Well, it's mechanical. You can hear the sound when his eyes shift. It's definitely...
The color I don't see a big deal about because he's always been depicted with bright red. There's some comics where the undertone of the story is dark and his costume seems a little darker, but the red doesn't bother me. I don't see that. With what Fox said about the how it doesn't match the whole aspect of what they're going for, I say good, because you can't have Spider-Man in one of those types of outfits. It just doesn't fit him. I don't think it really fits his persona, fits his character, or anything like that. Again, this goes back to it being a Tony Stark suit. and like the kind of hero Spider-Man is. What I didn't like about the suit is why does everything have to have the goddamn web shooters on the outside? I don't like that. Why can't they just have it coming from under the costume? You can't see it, but if you like slow down the trailer,
yeah, I saw
when he's doing the flip, you could see the black thing on his wrist.
It's a wristband.
At least it's not glowing like
his
the
suit?
Andrew Garfield web shooter. Because if you remember, that had lights on it.
That one was kind of dumb.
I didn't like the.
That kind of plays to my point. I think like you're saying like you don't like the web shooter on the outside. But that's a realistic take. That's kind of a nod to realism on the costume. But then they fucking went with like this goddamn. It looks like it's out of a fucking 70s disco party or something. Color.
No, see, I don't think it's. I agree the color's loud, like really big. But I mean to say
loud
that it's
like a rave.
Yeah, but not. It's but not. I mean, I don't know. I'll let Brian finish.
Come on.
No, because I'll wait my turn.
I like the detail of the suit where we don't have a Spider-Man costume where for some reason the webs are protruding out of the suit.
I like that too.
Like
I do like that too.
I like that if you do a close-up of the mask, and I think Topher posted this, the close-up of the mask compared to, what was it, the Alex Ross picture you posted?
Yeah.
Looks exactly. I kind of dig the how the eyes open and close. They're almost like camera shutters, because that was another thing that was like synonymous in Spider-Man is whenever he gestures like with his eyes always like, yeah, see, that's like straight off the page. And I like how like they did the gesture of the eyes and stuff like that. I mean, it's a Tony Stark suit.
Can you hold that up again?
It's okay for what it is.
Topher, can you hold that up again? We get another.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see it till right before.
I believe maybe Tony Stark finds them in something that
is really close.
Mimics him calling Underoos, but I'm alright with it. I mean, I hope they save like the real Spider-Man costume for a solo movie next year. We get to debate that. I'm okay with it. I mean, it's not like it's a made-up costume for the movie.
Yeah, I mean, before we move on to the middle ground, I will I'll come back and say, if this was a standalone movie and it was on its own, separate completely, I would have no problem with it. But the fact that it's, especially since they're bringing it right in with the rest of the Avengers in this Civil War movie, I just think it doesn't fit stylistically. The suit.
You also got to remember he's not in the movie that much.
Well, you don't
he's
know
not
that.
a big part of the movie.
Well, you don't know that.
They've said it. The director said that. I knew that.
But you haven't seen it yet.
When something comes from the director saying he's not in the movie.
Yeah, but you haven't seen it yet.
I'll believe it.
Yeah,
I'll believe it. I'll bet on it.
I'm just saying you haven't seen it yet.
$50, he's not in the movie that much.
We'll go to Topher next.
We'll define that. Well, you have to define how much is that much. Like,
yeah.
A quarter of the movie he'll be in. Which is
a quarter of the movie
is a goddamn significant.
25% of the goddamn movie.
If you show if 25%,
20% of the movie,
that means that if it's a 2-hour movie, he's going to be in it for like, what is
mothers
that?
And children included.
60, 120. He's going to be in it for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes of screen time to see one character.
That's pretty good.
That's a lot of screen time.
That's not a lot of screen time.
Yeah, that's probably more than most actors
That's
get.
like probably as money as Scarlet Witch is going to get.
Yeah, that's more than Scarlet Witch had in the last in Age of Ultron for sure. 100%. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, Topher.
It wasn't what I was expecting, but I don't dislike it. Like I was expecting some of the more modern looking Spider-Man. It looks more like the Spider-Man from like the old
Ditko,
the old cartoon, like the super old cartoon, like
it looks
like
a lot
Spider-Man
like
and his
the
Amazing Friends
original.
cartoon.
It looks like a lot like the original Spider-Man. The logo on the back.
Yeah, and I don't dislike it. It's just it wasn't what I was expecting. So like, it did kind of diverted attention in the trailer because it was supposed to be this big reveal of like, and boom, Spider-Man. But instead of being like, oh shit, it's Spider-Man, it was more like, oh, what costume
What
is
the
that?
fuck is he
that
wearing?
No, it wasn't even necessarily a negative reaction. It was just I spent more time trying to analyze the costume than I
Watching
did
those
being
3
like,
seconds
oh
over
shit,
and over.
Spider-Man just
Yeah.
showed up in the trailer. Like, it's supposed to be his big moment, and instead I'm like analyzing his costume. So like I did think it somewhat diverted attention from the big reveal. If you look up a lot of recent images of Spider-Man, it's not off base. It's not like it's super different, but there are like interesting like black stripes like just below the shoulder and on the calf, like right at the top of the red part. And it's like it just something about the color scheme just seemed a little off to me. Like I'm looking at a picture of it now, and it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. Like that's a very valid Spider-Man costume. Like there's just something intangible I can't put my finger on that just is slightly unsettling about it. That just it doesn't look quite right. But like I initially thought that the color was a little too orange. You said it was really bright. This picture doesn't make it look as bad as it did at first glance, and it's really bright in that scene. It's also hard to say, like take one still frame out of a trailer scene
comparing it to
be like, this is what he's going to look like.
What I'm comparing it to is the red in the Captain America shield that he's holding. That's kind of what I'm basing it off of. Mm-hmm. Is like the shininess of that shield.
That's also a very metallic red. That's also a very metallic red, and it's not going to be that.
His suit looks shinier than that.
I mean, he did. I'll be honest. He looked kind of CG in the this still frame. Maybe not so much. I honestly, I'm looking at this still frame and I can't tell if he's CG or not.
Is it a real? Is it a real suit or is it CG?
I don't know.
Do you guys know?
It's weird because my problem with it, I think, is like I said, something just looks off about it. There are accent marks, like those black stripes, and the black kind of seems weird when you've got the blue. Is the major secondary color. Like I know that like there's a black shading in the comics. When he's drawn on page, but like having the black stripes like here on the shoulder and like in the mid calf.
I don't mind the ones there. The ones down the back of his arm. Can you see the ones that are on his tricep?
I'm not looking at a shot from the back.
No. If you look at the one where he's holding up the shield and he's kind of kneeling, doing a superhero landing, just on this part of his arm, like right here. Down here is it's just like a big black line connecting those two like bands around his arm. That's the only part that I think looks weird. I don't have really too much problem. And then on his rib cage, it looks like there's black running down the sides of his rib cage, big black bars there too. I don't know.
But my point with those is, not only do I'm not sure I like the coloring there, the choice of the black there, but it's weird that it's flat. It's not an accent. There's no stitching. There's no there's no raised parts of it. There's no texture to it. It's like tell. It's like flat spandex. Like
it almost looks like it's so bright. The brightness sucks out the detail. So if there was any accents, it's kind of hard to see.
Maybe there is a texture there, but like the way that it's so like just this particular, and I hope it's just the shot. But after after Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire one, with like the raised like webbing all over it, like and the Andrew Garfield, very textured one, like this it might not be CG, but it kind of looks like it at first glance because you can't see any raised sections. Like there's no dynamic height to it. It looks just flat.
I think part of it is they're trying to set it apart from those Spider-Men because those Spider-Men didn't really do well. I mean, they did good, but they weren't fan favorites per se necessarily.
I mean,
but it wasn't because of their suits. I don't.
I agree, but
I actually like their suits.
I agree. I agree.
Wait,
I think
like
some
that
texture would
first?
be good.
You like that first Andrew Garfield suit? That was terrible.
Which one was the
first?
which one was the one where he put the fucking sunglass lenses in? Was that Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield had the sunglasses. All of them did.
No, there was a scene.
You don't remember
like,
that?
stitching it.
Look up the first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie costume.
Which one?
The thing with all the weird lines.
Let's see.
I mean, I'm seeing a handful.
It's that weird Spider-Man. I can't.
Oh yeah, no, that's
That motorcycle biker outfit. That was terrible.
That's a little much on the texturing.
That was terrible.
That's a little much on the texturing.
I'm not saying I need it to look like super textured. Like, yeah, I
but
honestly,
it should look like somebody fucking made it.
Now that I'm looking at that, I don't like it. But like, I want to see the stitch lines, like where the colors meet. There should be like a raised seam, where the color banding is. It should be like a strap or something. Like there should be some like.
Oh yeah, that one's weird.
I think
you rub your hand on it, it shouldn't feel like baby ass smooth.
I think you're saying the same thing as me in a way. Like I said it more about the color per se, but like the realism. Marvel Studios has gone out of their way to make the costumes feel and look real. So when you see it, you're like, it's believable. Somebody made that costume. It's a real costume. It's a real outfit. When you look at this, at least in the trailer, I'll give you that much, Brian. At least in the trailer, it looks, you touched on this, it looks CGI'd. Because it doesn't look like somebody made it. It doesn't look like you could make it because unless that bitch is just like covered in seams on the inside, but even then it wouldn't fit that tight because it'd be fucking pushed out from all the goddamn seams. It just doesn't look realistic to me.
It doesn't like, and I'm going to agree with you on that point because it's. Like I said, I don't know that it's bad. I don't dislike it. It does look like it's straight out of the comics.
That's exactly
and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's not a bad costume. It just doesn't seem to fit with all the costumes of the other characters.
Right.
It just seems like one of these things just doesn't belong here. Like,
where's Waldo?
Like if you lined them all up and you picked the one that doesn't fit, like which one's not from this movie, everybody's going to point to that one.
Yeah. All right, Pirate. Enough delay. What's your thoughts on this? You've heard us ramble.
You guys have all made great points about it. I mean, everything that I was going to say, I think, has probably already been said. I thought the color was super loud compared to the rest of the tones of the other costumes. Yes, it's a Tony Stark, and Tony likes red, so maybe he just overdid it with the fucking red dye. I don't know. I like the mechanical eyes in it. It gives a reason to have animated eyes.
After I questioned that in our chat, and Brian mentioned, I went back and watched it again, and I heard the noise that you were referring to, Pirate, and that is kind of cool that they had the foresight to like put the noise in there. So if this is a Tony Stark suit and it makes the noise when the eyes move, like. I get that, but I'm not going to say that's the main reason why I don't like it.
Well, no, I mean, it's not one of those like things that like, oh, well, it's okay now because Tony Stark made it and the eyes work. But no, it just gives it. I like how they said, like you said, they had the foresight to know, like, well, we need his eyes animated, like in the comics. So how can we do that and write it in and make sense? That's cool. It was super
able to really see the lines in the trailer.
What do you mean the lines?
You could see if you see a high-res photo of it, you could see the
shutters in his eyes. Yeah, you can see them. Yeah.
Oh, I don't
know.
I
don't think you could have seen that.
Yeah, but if you watch the trailer on like super high res, you can barely see it. Then you can hear it.
See, I didn't want to watch it in super high res because I watched it in. Well, one, I was at work. But two, But
Well,
two, I didn't.
We were all at work.
Yeah, but two, I didn't want to watch it in super high res because that fucking red was bright enough. If I watched it in high res, I may not have fucking my retina might have got burned out. So, so I don't want pink eye. Fucking so
you want my pink eye from my stink eye.
Oh my god.
But anyways, but yeah, you know, I thought that the trailer though overall was, I mean,
dope as fuck.
Yeah, like I mean,
trailers go.
Tony Stark, they
killed it.
He's the fucking villain in this movie, and the trailer made him out to be that.
And he plays it, at least in that trailer.
Yeah,
he's playing it up, which is awesome because it's a total contrast to the good guy Stark that we've seen. It's kind of playing to that darker past of you know what I mean, like it's. And
I'm curious. I'm really curious. Like you could see, you know, when Vision he hits. It looks like it's Iron Patriot. Like it looks like Vision blasts Iron Patriot out of the sky. But also, what I'm more curious about is Iron Patriot. He's changed his name from War Machine to Iron Patriot in Iron Man 2.
I know, but he's in the War Machine costume.
He's in the War Machine.
Well, he's in the War Machine costume, but still.
He actually, calls himself War Machine in Age of Ultron too.
Yeah.
Oh, does he? Okay.
The Iron Machine, the Iron Patriot thing didn't go over so well.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll give you guys that one. But regardless, what I'm more concerned about is the dead body or the person laying on the ground that Scarlet Witch is protecting when she's shutting Vision down.
Well, there was also a scene where Cap's blocking something with the shield, and Bucky's behind him without his metal arm. Yeah,
I seen that one too. But there's somebody who else is in that scene? Is it
So do you guys think
Hawkeye?
Do you guys think we're going to see a fatality? Do you think?
I think it's going to be Hawkeye.
They said somebody's going to. Director said somebody's going to die.
I think it's going to be Hawkeye because the person she's over top of is in a black suit, so it's either could
be Black Panther.
Black Widow.
Could be
Black Panther. Why would they kill the guy that just
put him in there? It's not going to be him.
Why wouldn't it be? Are they doing a Black Panther movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't. Dude, there's been so many fucking movies announced lately. I can't keep track of all
this. This was announced like a year ago.
That was that was one of the.
How many fucking movies have been announced since then? And TV shows and video games and everything else. God damn.
But no, I think it's gonna be Hawkeye because one, we've already seen his family life and like what he's got to lose. It's gonna be a fucking hit him in the heartstring type fucking area.
Tearjerker scene.
He is kind of the most expendable character right now.
Exactly. He has no future movie coming up.
I like him.
Well, yeah, I like him too, but I mean, it doesn't mean that
do you think he'll be dead, or you think they'll?
I liked him a lot in Avengers 2. The first Avengers, he didn't really get a chance to be.
I like
Avengers 2. He was awesome. I thought Avengers 2 was basically centered around him.
Yeah, breakout moment for him, for sure.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, I think that I was interested in seeing that. I'm thinking it's Hawkeye. I don't know. I don't have any real evidence other than that he's the person's in an all black suit, and it's obviously somebody
as justified as anybody else to have an opinion.
Well, but that and Scarlet Witch is very close to him because she's the one who he hyped her up.
He gave her that pep talk.
He's the one who gave her the
gave her the fucking listen here, bitch. You're part of the team now. Get your
shit out there. Saddle up and ride or get in the office.
Saddle up,
ride or die.
Right. Yeah, gave her that.
That's
rough
a ride or die,
talk.
bitch. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. Like I'm super excited
pumped for the movie. Pumped for the movie.
But Spider-Man was just that costume, and you know what? I think if it would have showed his costume like directly in contrast with another character, I felt so distant from it.
I think.
I don't know, but I'm just giving it a benefit to see because I felt so distant. It's like.
I hope Brian's right in what he's been saying in the fact that this is one of two costumes we're most likely going to see, and I'm hoping the other costume is has a little bit more of that typical Marvel Studios feel that we can all fall in love with. I hope
and you know
that's
what?
the case.
I really liked I was just looking at pictures of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans and Tobey Maguire's.
The second one's good.
The second one was very good.
Yeah,
I thought the Amazing Spider-Man 2 costume was
real good.
It was good. It was good. The first one was it looked like he just had snake skin. Like
it was a little much on the texture.
Yeah.
All right,
but it was good.
We've talked enough about this. I'm going to cut it off. Hopefully Brian's not too.
I like spaghetti and sometimes milk.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for that public service announcement. Brian brought to the table something that I'm actually super fucking excited about. Hasbro is going to be releasing premium. They're calling them premium roleplay items. They're Marvel Legends. Is that correct, Brian?
Yeah.
And so far, they're releasing Captain America's shield and Iron Man's helmet, $100 each, wearable, so you can put the helmet on. I don't know if they're gonna have different sizes or.
Helmet. No, probably not. There's probably some kind of adjusting.
Wow, that was a serious burp.
We're talking about comics, not Godzilla.
There.
I can't mute my mic without.
But anyway. So it's really cool. They're going to be offering those. You can look them up. Go to Hasbro's website. I'm sure there's tons of pictures. The cool thing about it is right now they're taking a poll from the fans to see what other
what the next item will be.
What the next items are going to be that they produce, which is super fucking cool. This is what I'm excited about. More so the Iron Man helmet. I'm a little excited about that. That's pretty neat. I'm probably not going to buy the Captain America shield. You can get those just about anywhere. Captain America shield's not that big of a deal. Here's the list of items that they're taking the vote on, and it's quite extensive. Okay.
Quite.
Thor Mjolnir, Thor helmet, Black Widow gauntlets, Ant-Man helmet, Wasp helmet, Captain America helmet, Iron Man gauntlet, Spider-Man mask, Spider-Man web shooter, Star-Lord mask, Thanos Infinity gauntlet, Gamora sword, Magneto helmet, Cyclops visor.
Ooh, Chris just got a boner.
And, you know what?
Deadpool mask and Wolverine mask.
It's funny because I saw you link it, and the first thing I thought of was, I wonder if this is going to be shit because they're not going to have a single goddamn X-Men thing in there. And I was like, you know what?
They did
Cyclops
a good job.
Visor. Cyclops visor would be awesome.
Or you're not going to X-Men.
Spring-loaded retractable Wolverine claws would also be pretty cool.
All right,
until some 7-year-old puts it
on. I'm glad to see Cyclops visor was in there.
Let's talk about Pirate. Of that list, which would you like to see the most?
I would like to see. Of that list,
I'm
going to pick.
We'll give you two.
Okay, I get two.
We'll give you two.
Oh man, fuck!
It's tough.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a mask, and I'm gonna go Ant-Man mask and Star-Lord mask.
Oh shit! All right.
Those are the two that I'm gonna go with.
All right.
Just because I like those masks in general, and I think they look way cooler. I mean, because a Deadpool mask, you can get a red fucking hood.
Everybody's got them.
Yeah, that's not much. Like a Captain America mask or helmet, that's cool, but it's basically just a visor.
Yeah, but these are legitly made.
And wait, which Wolverine? By the way, which Wolverine mask is it?
They don't say. They're not. There's no pictures or anything.
Text only.
What about you, Topher?
You have to rank. If you vote in it, you actually have to rank for your top choice down to your level.
Two.
Ant-Man, Star-Lord, Wolverine, and Infinity Gauntlet.
All right, rank your top 4. Fuck.
I wasn't saying that I had a top 4. Just that.
You've got a top 4. Now I'm gonna have trouble picking top 4 though.
I know, right? Personal want. Because some of these I think would be better sellers, but I wouldn't actually want them.
No, this is all personal.
Personal want, Cyclops visor, just because Cyclops visor. Number 2, Magneto helmet, because I love Magneto. He's one of my favorite characters. And yes, I'm aware that I picked the 2 X-Men people on the list first.
Helmet
we were aware that you were going to do that anyways.
Astonishing Comics has one. He's got a couple there, and I keep asking him to try them on. He's like, you try it on, you buy it. I'm like, damn it.
Oh, wow.
But no. Let's see
He's gonna wear
here.
those Cyclops visors with the Magneto helmet on, while wearing the Infinity Gauntlet and wielding Thor's
and his
hammer.
blue
I mean, and
underoos
I
for
think
Wolverine.
I think a Thor Mjolnir. I mean, how can you not pick Mjolnir? That's awesome. And
I can go to Lowe's and get
they've
one of those.
got Spider-Man's web shooter on here. I'm curious what it actually does, but I think
It's a Reebok
I think
bracelet with a little
It goes
fucking
put.
Fitbit attached to
Shoots
it.
silly string out the front of it and tells you how many calories you burn when you walk up and down steps.
I think my fourth one might have to be the Iron Man gauntlet.
So what are your 4? Recap it. Cyclops, Magneto,
Cyclops visor, Magneto helmet, Mjolnir,
Thor,
and Iron Man
all
gauntlet.
right, Brian, what you
I can't
got?
believe I just
My
advocated
number
making more
one
fucking
would
Iron Man.
be. My number 1 would be the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Number 2 would be probably Wolverine's mask, because let's face it, we have thousands of each of these, but like they're all that Ruby's costume shit, and it's like all cheap crap. And this is probably going to be expensive shit, so it's probably going to look good.
Or it's expensive you can get for probably a $99.99 price tag.
Yeah, expensive $100.
Yeah, because it look good.
$6.
Look at that Iron Man helmet.
Yeah.
It's not like that one that came out during Iron Man.
Dude,
One that
no,
was like
there's like a
bigger
fucking
than my head.
No, there's an Iron Man helmet out that's walking around there that's on the interwebs that's dope as shit.
Yeah, there it is.
And it's like $400.
It's mechanized and everything.
It's got the sensors and shit you just swipe your hand to,
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
pretty
dude,
ridiculous.
it's dope. Like they're not pulling that shit out for $100.
And
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so
buy
we
that
got-
instead
we
of
got your
having my
first
top
two.
4. So what was my
Infinity
Wolverine
Gauntlet,
Gauntlet.
Wolverine.
Fuck. I'd probably do Magneto's helmet for number
Magneto,
3,
All right.
and number 4 would probably be Iron Man's gauntlets.
Okay. Interesting.
I
too.
just walk everywhere with the Iron Man helmet on and the gauntlets with a business suit on. Just walking around
it's
New
a
York City.
gauntlet, so you can only have it on one hand.
Well,
Only
what-
one hand?
They're not going to make a
Well-
right and a left, motherfucker.
They might.
I doubt it highly.
Well, then hopefully it's a left hand because I use my right.
Shit. All right, mine's got to be number 1. Has to be the Infinity Gauntlet. Topher, I agree with you completely. How can you not pick Mjolnir? I would actually go Thor again and pick Thor's helmet because I think it would look really cool as a.
And
Kinda
your
like a talking
fiance would
piece.
love that you running around the house with nothing but Mjolnir
You know
and a
what I'm
fucking
saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It's role play night, honey.
Joey's like, hey, look, I can swing this hammer.
I'm about to bring the thunder. I'm about to bring the thunder and the lightning. Well played, sir. Well played. Number 4 for me is a big toss-up. There's plenty of shit on
Black
here.
Widow's gauntlets and
Plenty-
Wasp's helmet.
Yeah, plenty of shit on here I don't want. That's for sure. I would probably have to go with. Damn, if I have to pick one, I'm gonna go with Magneto's helmet. I think.
You know what you should do is you should go with the Infinity Gauntlet, Mjolnir, Thor's helmet, and Spidey's web slinger. So when it's
Wear 'em
role playing night,
It's on.
you can charge into the bedroom with bust open the door with the Infinity Gauntlet with Thor's hammer in there, and then when you're done, you could be like,
Oh, shit.
you can pull out
But if he picks Iron Man's gauntlet, he could just be like,
blue
That was not nearly as funny as what Pirate came up with. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Brian. It was.
going home now.
On that note, I think we're about done for this episode. I'm Fox 2. We got Pirate,
Spidey Slinger out.
Topher,
I'll see you in 3 weeks.
and the whole effing Brian.
Daredevil on Friday, Daredevil on Friday, Daredevil on Friday!
Oh, I forgot about Daredevil.
Apparently, Daredevil's on Friday. If you couldn't understand him, or if you lost your fucking eardrums from him yelling into the mic, see ya.